F-U-F-T, do this one thing to supersize you. Welcome to day 111 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we are talking about one of my secret weapons, and I discovered this during my corporate career, probably when I was younger, but I really applied it conscientiously in my jobs in corporate America because it allowed me to have the credibility and to stand out amongst everyone else in the organization for one simple reason. And FU stands for follow up. FT stands for follow through. What the heck does that mean? That means committing to something, and when you do commit to it, actually doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. The vast majority of people on this planet do not do that. So by just simply being consistent, being true to the word, doing what you say you'll do, puts you light years ahead of most other people that you're ever in a situation where you want to be seen as trustworthy, predictable, consistent. People want to know what to expect from us. And by showing them that, and by doing that, by following through and following up on the things that you say you'll do, that is the best, fastest, easiest way to demonstrate that. And you don't even have to do it in a way that is like, look at me, because you don't really want to. You just want to be known as a trustworthy, reliable person that can be depended on in any and every type of situation. How do you do that? By keeping your word, keeping your commitments, literally following up and doing what you say you're going to do. Now, I don't remember why or how I did this, but one of my jobs in corporate America was working for a giant industrial bakery. And my job entailed working with every other department head and most of the people in the organization. It was a big organization. And I discovered that I needed to have a way to, when I went around and talked to people every day, because that was my strategy to get out of my office and desk and to get to know everybody in the organization, it was like 100 and I don't remember, under 200,000, but it was a really big plant and facility. So I decided early on, instead of hanging out in my office like most managers do, I was going to get out every morning and go to each department and check in with people and observe. And I always had my camera and my little blue notebook. And why? Because I discovered early on, and this isn't one of my little blue notebooks, but I think in my storage unit, I actually kept these. I think I have probably 20 or 30 of these little blue ring binder notebooks, or hand-sized 5x7s, I think. And I would carry it around with me, and I would write down things, write down notes, things that needed to be dealt with, things that needed to be taken care of, things that needed to be followed up on. And anything I needed to follow up on, I would put a little check box like this. And then when I actually did it, I would exit out. It was everything in one place to hold myself accountable to committing to and following through and doing what I said I would do. And it skyrocketed my reputation and how much people trusted me in that organization. Within a very short period of time, people knew that if they told me something or asked me to do something, it was as good as done, because it might have taken a day or two longer than I anticipated to get an answer to something or find something out or figure something out or create a system. But they 100% knew that I would get it done for them in a timely manner. You know, some things we commit to and it's like, okay, well, I can get back to you with that on tomorrow. But if I get back to you tomorrow and say, okay, I haven't gotten to that yet, give me 2 more days, then that is the same as committing to and sticking to your word. But I want to grab this little notebook because this is from a coaching program I was involved in 2021, and it says warning secrets on it. But I started to do this in every area and aspect of my life, not just in my corporate job. I've been in corporate for a long time, and I use it in my everyday life. I use it in everything. I used to just have to-do lists and check things off, but found that this was much more powerful in that it didn't just have me checking off a bunch of activities and getting things done and me knowing I did what I said I was going to do. But pretty soon people would see my little blue notebook and they would come up to me and say, okay, I need help with this. I was in charge of 2 big departments in that organization, quality and sanitation. Quality touched everybody, and so did sanitation. So it was a good fit for me. But it meant there were a lot of things and a lot of details that had to be dealt with and followed up on. And I wanted to always make sure that people knew that I was true to my word. This one thing, I'm telling you, it will improve your relationships. It will improve your communication, which is what we're talking about this month. It will improve your belief and commitment and confidence in yourself, because you know that you are a trustworthy, can be counted on, dependable, going to follow up and follow through person. You're going to do what you say you're going to do, and you do what you say you're going to do. And people really love and respect that. That's all I can say about that, I guess. So what are we going to do today? We're going to ask ourselves a couple of questions, and things like, how often do I actually follow through and follow up on things that I say I'm going to? What kind of situations should I commit to something and follow up on? My biggest secret about this is under promise and over deliver. If you don't want to do it, or don't want to follow up on it, or don't want to commit to it, zip your lip. Don't open your mouth. Don't volunteer to do something if it's not in alignment with your goals and your values and your beliefs and your core values and things. Never say yes to things that don't match you and feel right to you. And just don't commit to something. You can have a conversation with people and let them, just hold space for them and let them be accountable and responsible for following up themselves. You can demonstrate to people that it's easier to follow up and do what you say you're going to do than to have to apologize after the fact for missing a deadline or something. Same in our lives. If you tell your significant other or your family members you're going to do something, this especially applies to our children and our grandchildren, in my case, you need to do it. You need to be counted on. Know that these little humans that we are responsible for, they are like sponges. They see everything, and if they don't understand it, most of them won't ask. But if they see you behaving in ways that are not very flattering, guess what's going to happen the next time you are in a situation? They're going to behave in the exact same way, and there's going to be nobody to blame but you or me. That's a hard pill to swallow, but really important that we understand that, because we all get tired, we all get frustrated, we all get drained. We need to keep in mind that so do our kids, so do our grandkids, so do the people that we work with, so do the people in our communities, so do the people in our places of worship or wherever, the grocery store, right? And a lot of times it's more about what's going on with them than it is about what's going on with us. And if we keep that in mind, I think we'd all be kinder and gentler to one another, if that makes sense. All right, so what are we going to do today? Today, we're going to share in the comments below, what's your system for following up or following through? If you don't have one, just say, I do not have one. And if that's the case, I challenge you today to think of one. It can be as simple as having a Post-it note or a 3x5 card that you carry around with you. And then every day at the end of the day, you look through it and you make sure anything you committed to, you checked off or that you've done it. And obviously, I have a problem throwing anything away. This is from a challenge I did. Mindset Thrive. I don't even remember. It was day 39 of a challenge I did early on. I think it was probably the Thrive Challenge. I don't remember what year I did the Thrive Challenge in. But I did take notes and follow through and do what I said I was going to do. All right. So one way that you are going to follow through and hold yourself accountable going forward. Share that in the comments below so we can learn from one another. I'm always looking for new ideas on how to better do that and better serve everybody, including myself. Because when I am consistent and I follow through and I follow up and I do what I say I'm going to do, that builds my confidence and my trust and my faith and my belief in myself. Guess what? That's the most important relationship we need to ever work on. All right, if I can help you in any way with this, if you want to bounce your ideas off me, please do. Otherwise, go out, make it an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.